Hey gang, welcome to Tpull's Corner, where our opponent is Random Fury. Sounds like mono red, but it's not. We're mono red this time, which we are almost never mono red, but we're starting a new series called Decks That Have Beat Me. And this is basically an arcane bombardment deck with a whole lot of burn and a whole lot of one-mana creatures. So our whole method is to try and get a couple of early hits in, and by the time we get 6 lands and an arcane bombardment down, they can't gain any ground back. And I didn't see every card in this deck because I think they beat me in 4 or 5 turns. But when I made it, I decided to put in Call on a Professional. So that's one of my additions. Okay. That'll work. I just didn't want them to gain life. It can be tough on a mono red deck if any deck has life gain. It can really be tough on you. This is already going to be tough on me. Why is he not attacking with Adeline? Yeah, he got some life gain. Did he just bring down Adeline? He didn't bring down Adeline this turn. Okay, anyway. We've got burned down the house. Now we just need Arcane Substitution. Or Arcane Bombardment, rather. He keeps gaining life. Make him stop. Hello? It's not that difficult to figure things out, is it? Hello? There we go. He did it. He played a card. It's my turn. After all that, the Selesnya player has more life than the red aggro player. Disgusting. Yeah, we don't really want you doing anything. Perfect. this is how it works. They can bring back. It has to be 2 mana. They could bring back the Civil Servant. They could bring back Machiko's Reign of Truth as well. Depends on... Ah, they discarded a card. Ooh, they gave up a lot of creatures. They could have 2 or 3 other members of the throng to bring up. They're bringing back a citizen. Okay. I think we can wait for... I don't think we need to discard the Ronin just to get the thrill. I think we can wait. Discard you. We'll try and attack. We'll see if it's worth it to... Oh, they take it. Okay. I will wait. I will wait a second before I throw it away. We'll see how things look. What are you gonna do? There you go. Okay. All I got was a land. Okay. So now we're in trouble. There goes our bombardment. So I guess the one thing I'm missing in here is something to destroy artifacts. We could fix that. What I needed was my arcane to bring out back, clear down the house. Alright, we are chump blocking. Because all we're doing is flooding out with land. Ooh, nice. Let's build us back up, build back our war chest. Okay, all we need is 1 instant next turn and we're ready to go. Anything except the land. We already burned through 10 lands. There's 14 left, so less than a 50% chance. But it's basically down to luck at this point, isn't it? Timber me, and it's a land. And that's what happens when I try and build other people's decks. We'll go ahead and open it up and show you what we got. And I'll go ahead, I'll risk, since we do have so many lands, I'll risk going down from 24 to 23. We'll see what happens. Usually whenever I try that, it's a disaster. But we do want something to destroy artifact. And the question is, do we want to do something like a braid that everybody uses, or do we want to use structural assault? Let's just have some fun and use structural assault, because that destroys all artifacts. We'll go down to 23. Let's check out what we got. 2.5 average mana cost, so I'm usually around the average of 3, so 2.5 is good. Only 9 creatures. And we got 4 of them are gold hounds that'll give me mana. So if I get an arcane bombardment early and I have 1 or 2 of these, maybe I can bring it down in turn 4 or 5. I've got 4 reinforced Ronins. If they don't have an answer for haste creatures that leave, then we're good there. 1 Unlucky Witness, so I can exile the top 2 cards of my library when he dies. 4 Play with Fires. 1 Cathartic Fire, so I could either deal damage to a creature or planeswalker, or I could discard, depending on what I need the most. 4 Thrills of Possibilities, to discard the lands and get back more useful things once I've got enough land. 4 Lightning Strikes. 4 Call on a Professional. This, I think, has been ideal for me sometimes. Just preventing them from gaining 1 life or 3 life in a particular turn is really decided, either ending the game on that turn or the difference between me killing them and them killing me. 3 Excavation Explosions, 3 damage to any target. 2 Big Scores to do a little bit more discard, but to give me some treasure tokens for ramp as well. If I get big scores earlier, maybe I could get down an early Arcane Bombardment. And 2 Board Wipes with Burn Down the House. And now, the 1 Structural Assault. And Arcane Bombardment, if you haven't seen it before, whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, that includes during your opponent's turn, exile an instant or sorcery card at random from your graveyard. And then you can cast any number of the copies that have accumulated under there without paying their mana cost, which is awesome and potentially devastating, and I usually use it in tandem with like blue cards, if not a 5-color deck. But the mono red beat me once, and they beat me fast, and they beat me decisively. They had like 2 Goldhounds out, and I think on turn 4 they put out the Arcane Bombardment, and it was basically all over for me from there. So I'm not sure if I should be trying to get more big scores in there, fit more big scores into the deck so I could ramp sooner. But the Call on Professionals, I think, is a really good card. It wasn't what was used against me, but there is still... Let me put down the Unlucky Witness. We might need to play this against a creature. I know almost all the mono-red aggros that I know, if they have Play with Fire, they play it on turn 1. And I am a bit more conservative. I feel like if I don't have 6 lands yet, I've got a little bit of time that I can accept just about any card that comes up without having to scry away. If once I get 6 lands, then I want to fire away. If I'm not up against discard, so like this, I feel like I can just get rid of him, and that's going to save me a lot of trouble. And that is a lot of land up front. The werewolf deck does not usually take this long. Tovalar. We can cast a spell here with the Reinforced Ronin so that we don't have it flip to night. And we'd be done there. And we don't have to attack with the Ronin either, so we can basically make sure that it doesn't flip on our turn if we don't like it to. Although with this one, what do we want to do? Let's let it flip. That way he doesn't create a wolf. I know it's 5 points of trample, but you just cast 2 spells to make sure it becomes day. And I definitely want to chump block the Witness. I want a choice of what's coming up. Land or land, okay. Okay, we can play the land, we can play the Arcane Bombardment. There is the wolf that they can use to destroy enchantments on the same turn they bring it down. So if Magic doesn't want me to win, they'll have that now. I might as well channel Ronan because all he could do was maybe block the Naturalist. But he can make it nighttime anytime and make him into a 3/3. So I think Ronan's fairly useless to me now. We shall see. Okay, made it night. 7 points. If I can't kill people, this is gonna hurt. Okay, so we can get rid of the Naturalist. Do I put down the Goldhound? Let's put down the Goldhound. Got 7 mana. +2/+2 at the beginning of combat. Okay. Pick out the wolf. Bingo. I just need 2 more for the wolf. And then 3 for the weaver. And he's dealing 3 directly to me. Oh my. Bam. 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 All right. The rest of these go straight to your face. That's 8 points. Don't want the land. That's beautiful. And we don't care about his wolf because we can do all this all over again. Three, 6, 8. So it took about 8 turns. Is that a little slow for mono red? It probably is because you're waiting on a 6-cost spell. Whereas a lot of the other mono red burn just goes faster. They really want to kill you by turn 4, so they don't bother for the most part with 6-cost spells. We'll go try it again. I forget if I ran up against this deck in ranked or not, but I took it out for ranked and I won 1 and then I lost 3 in a row. It was phenomenal how quickly Magic the Gathering found decks that could suddenly just do everything and anything they wanted to against us. And then I think I accidentally went into ranked again and they put me against a mono black discard exile graveyard deck that just utterly chewed me up and spit me out like I was nothing. The Wizards of the Coast wants to make Magic a game that's sort of like rock, paper, scissors. But man, do I feel like the scissors getting smashed by a rock a lot sometimes. This might be the Haughty Djinn deck. got a variant I made for myself, a Haughty Djinn with Vesuvan Duplimancy, so I can duplicate the Djinn a lot. And sometimes it works beautifully. If he's mono blue, they generally don't have life gain, so depending on how much I can get my hits in now, we might be looking good. Of course, he might have... Oh, he's not doing a counterspell, so maybe this is a different type of deck. Maybe an artifact deck? Brothers War stuff? Alright, let's do a play with fire. I kind of need land right now, right? So we'll take it. Three, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's go ahead and go for broke. Let's skip the land for a change. 4 is all I need to do Professional and Ronin. And if I do get a 5th land, it won't hurt me because I can use Structural Assault on all of his artifacts. Is he going to go for... He might sacrifice this himself and just go for card draw. He's half dead on turn 4. Aha! He's tapped out. And he'll be dead on turn 5 if he can't do something. By turn 5, you should be able to put out a creature, or, you know, you should be able to do something. Run a counterspell. Fading Hope, bounce them, counterspell them, paralyze them. By turn 5, you should have something useful. Especially when you've gone through... Oh, hello. Jin Gitaxias was one that he discarded early. This is an artifact deck. Was he just trying to get Jin Gitaxias down as quick as he could? Can you prevent that? Can you prevent this? You got something. It's a bounce spell! Did you wait before the attack was launched? Did you wait before the attack was launched? Do I still get an attack phase, or did you wait? Okay, he's going to tap me. Okay. Okay, you're good. Oh, that's not good. That gives him 7. Oh, what the heck was that? You know I have this. You know I have it. What are you doing? That's all you had? That's terrible. I'm guessing he's got 4 Mysterious Tomes and he wants to just get them out and use them to draw. And once he gets Jin Gitaxias, he can like duplicate all his artifacts and duplicate his instants. Should be great if he could get there. And that's our 15 minutes. And we got a Rite of Oblivion. And I think I have 4 of those now. Alright, we'll show you the deck one last time. I don't think I'm going to keep this one. I mean, it seems like it's pretty easy to memorize. I guess I'll try and remember that I should go ahead and create the deck list, I guess, anyway, just so that if anybody wants to copy it real quick, it'll be in the YouTube text below. So you can see, I don't have 4 copies of Arcane Bombardment. I have 3. I feel like that's enough. I don't want to have 2 or 3 in my hand too early. The 2 board wipes hopefully are enough, because I do have enough. You know, Calling the Professional, Excavation Explosion. These are good for any target, which means planeswalkers, creatures, whatever you need to take out. We do have the 1 Structural Assault there now, so if somebody's coming heavy artifacts, which I should have planned for ahead of time, because Brothers War, Kamigawa, Dominaria, United, they've all got good artifacts. We do have a good number of 1-drops for a change, which I'm usually... Man, I usually end up cutting out a lot of my 1-drops because there's always something that's more attractive to me, and it's probably a mistake. But we did go a little bit heavy on the 1 and 2 drops this time. It gave us really low mana average, which, you know, is good. It's part of the general accepted tactic for mono red. There's not a whole lot of thinking to this. I think maybe this is a little bit more complicated than your traditional, you know, 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop burn mono reds. That don't bother going into the 5 or the 6 one. But there's not a whole lot still. I mean, you're still drop the Gold Hounds if you got them, drop the Reinforced Ronins if you got them, and hit them in the face. And the rest is just direct damage type stuff. You know, you've got a little bit of discard, a little bit of ramp to try and get here to give you a force multiplier if you need it, so that you can either get a quick hit out, or you have a chance in the mid game to actually still hold your own and do something. And I think it's a fairly good deck. I'm not sure how often I'm going to pull out and play something like this, just because normally I'm not a mono red kind of guy. I think red is really good in combination with other colors. It's tough to make a mono red deck, although I say that, how do I want to say it? I'm saying this wrong, right? It's not hard to make a mono red deck, and it's not hard to make a mono red deck that succeeds, that's fast, that knocks out the opponent, and maybe if it can help you end games quickly, you can use it for ranked, get up the ranked ladder quickly. I'm not playing a whole lot of ranked yet myself, but for me, a lot of the mono red stuff that's just 1, 2, 3 mono cards is a little boring, and I always want to have a little bit more intellectual exercise in my decision making when I play this game. So that's just my personal opinion. I think I've seen a lot of people in comments who say, no, actually there's about the same amount of decision making in a mono red on exactly what you're going to do. It doesn't feel like that to me. It does feel like there's a lot more what do you want to do and when do you want to do it when you're playing mono blue versus mono red. It really feels like there's a lot more options. Whereas here it's just, do you strike to the face or do you strike the creature? And do you put down your creature and attack or not? You know, there's not a whole lot extra to it. This one adds a little bit more with, you know, what are you going to discard? When are you going to choose to drop this? You know, you've got some options here with the board wipe or the 3 devils. There's, you know, if you do have to be careful with the Calling the Professionals if it's a lifelink deck on when you want to deploy those. So I tried to inject some cards in there that make it a little more interesting than the normal mono red. That, like I said, it's subjective. Me personally, I consider the normal mono burn stuff that's really low mana that I encounter to be kind of boring and blah. And they still kill me half the time or more anyway. But it doesn't seem fun, you know, if you're just playing that same deck over and over and over. And, you know, my deck list is full with 100 decks right now. I've got a lot of choices. I have trouble playing, you know, more than 4 or 5 games in a row with the same deck before I feel like I want to mix it up and go to another deck. But let me know in the comments what you think. If you think there's good decisions made in mono red, the traditional smaller mono red burn decks. Let me know what your favorite color is, that type of stuff. Let's get a discussion going. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for coming. This was Travis for Tpull's Corner. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if I don't care if you haven't liked before, if you have liked before, go ahead and like this one. It's a new video. All right, we'll catch you next time. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.